everyone. Thank you for joining us. Today I'm here with Miranda Filmer of Munyan Painting. Welcome, Miranda.
Hi, thank you for having me, Carrie.
You're very welcome. You guys have been on the platform for a while and you've been so busy, it's been hard for me to pin you down to say, we need to do an intro video of you guys to the platform. So I really appreciate you taking the time for me.
Oh yeah, definitely. No problem. Always there to support the people who have helped bring us to where we are.
Let's tell everybody, in case they're not familiar with Munyan, what is it that you guys all provide?
We do painting, roofing, and restoration. We have a residential department, but we do more large scale. High rises are a specialty. We're fully equipped with all the insurance needed. We do the paint. We can do anything exterior. Windows and all that stuff we can sub if you really want to do like a one and all package type of feel. But our specialty that we never sub our work out for is painting, roofing, and restoration work, stucco repair, and things like that.
So when you say roofing, do you mean the actual roofing tiles, or do you guys put a paint? Because a lot of people get confused with that. Because you're a painting company, is it a painting process that you guys do on the tops of the roofs, or a more extensive painting project, or is it truly a re-roof?
We do a full re-roof, but we also do liquid applied roofing. Okay. So waterproofing and everything. So we can do any of it. I know there's rules about how much you can replace in a roof before you have to do the full thing. So that's something that, is obviously a little bit of a different standard, but we do full replacement. We don't do new construction. So that's something that we don't do, but we waterproof it. We, work very closely with all of our suppliers, making sure that we have the highest warranties that we can give. And we, of course, have our own labor warranty. So we try to cover all the bases when it comes to that, especially now with the new insurance rules.
Yeah. So I would think that you don't get involved with like townhomes that have shingle roofs then, right?
We do shingle roofs.
Oh, you do shingle roofs too?
Yeah.
Okay. That was the part that I was kind of like.
All of them.
Okay. So you are a true roofing contractor, because you know what I'm talking about. Some companies say that they do roofs, but they're not really a roofing contractor. They just do that painting process over the top of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't go very well. I saw a YouTube of somebody doing that and they're like, oh, look, we just paint the roof and make it look cute. And I was like, oh God. I just imagine reporting that to my insurance company and what they would say. So thank God we don't have that.
Okay.
No, we don't do that. But waterproofing and liquid applied for flat roofs, things like that. Obviously there's rules to that, making sure you have positive water, coming off of the roof so that it doesn't pool or anything like that. There's rules to that. No, we can do flat roofs. We can do shingle. We could do clay and tile, all that good stuff. So you name it, we have all of them.
How many owners are there of Munyan? Because I know, aren't you you're local? Are you family owned?
All family owned.
Okay.
All of the brothers take a different section of the state. We have Jack down in Sarasota area. And then I have Robbie out on the West Coast. And then Daniel heads up Tampa Bay and Orlando. And then Ralph is the overseer and the king of all kings.
So how far around the state of Florida do you go?
We can do all the way up through around Jacksonville. Panhandle isn't really our thing, but we can go all the way up to Jacksonville. We can go through Orlando, all down the West Coast. We have Miami. We can do Miami. There's not probably too much of a need for us in the Florida Keys, even though we can go there.
Yeah.
But they don't have any really big buildings. But we do anywhere down the Gold Coast. So we're kind of just situated. Jacksonville is it just depends on the job. We can easily bring everybody up there. Ralph goes up there quite often, actually.
Oh, okay. Yep. Well, I didn't realize you guys were that broad. I for some reason I just thought you were more local, but it's nice to hear that. So you guys are kind of branching out from what I understand.
Yep. Everybody has their own market they're developing on their side, and then we just kind of come together and go and move with the central thinking of everything that we do.
Before you came in, I think Chris was in there for a little while, but before Chris, you kind of had there was not really anybody in there doing a whole lot of marketing for you guys, and I lost track of you. But then when Chris came in, Jerry's not into that. I mean, I know Jerry wears what, how many hats?
One. He's personal. He like will show up to your office.
Oh,
He won't
really?
be like designing your website or designing the website type or anything. But Jerry is a very hands-on type of person. He never forgets you. He
Aw.
meets you, he never forgets you. It's who he is. He's really good at it. I thought I was good at faces and names when it came to, coming from like the bar industry background, and that man kills it. He just knocks it right out of the park. So he will never forget you, your project, what you're doing. You work with him and you're a friend for life. So that's kind of how that's been, is that real family-based feel where you're not a number, you're a name and you're a friend. And we're building a lot more onto that, where it's a little harder to remember everyone's name, but
Well,
anyone
yeah.
who's been with us for a decent amount of years knows that we don't forget who you are. You'll always be invited to the famous Christmas party and Cinco de Munyan.
Cinco de Munyan.
Yeah.
Tell me about your thing you've been doing with the beds, because I think that is so awesome. And I know we helped you promote some stuff when CUCAM Matrix first opened in October.
Yeah, Sleep in Heavenly Peace is a charity that actually Lane in our office, he's a huge part of. It's his thing, it's his baby. He doesn't run it, but he's definitely like a promoter and influencer and all that, if you want to call it. And when I came on board, the first thing I said was, well, what's your mission statement? What are we doing? Like, what's your charity? How do you guys do things? Like, because everything, it's transparency is important. Things like that. It's not fake it till you make it anymore. 2021, first thing everything came out was, this is about transparency now. Businesses need to really show who they are to earn the customers. It's not that type of, base model anymore, where we're just consuming and taking anything we can grab. People have choices now.
Yeah.
And there's so much information. So they were like, well, we do stuff here and there and everything. And Lane talked to me about that. And I was like, this is what we need. And Lane was like, well, something's coming up. Let's like get into it. And I was like, I'm down. I was like, that's an amazing cause. People do not realize how many kids grow up without beds. It is a huge thing. And there are newly thousands of people now that are homeless out in this area because of everything that's gone on with the pandemic, people losing jobs. So what we do is, because we don't run it or anything like that.
No.
Sponsor team builds. I participate as much as I can for the Munyan name, because I enjoy it, and it's nice to know that my company lets me support it, but through them, and so it gives me that chance and that time. They allow me to do it. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, tell us what a team build is.
So what we do is we give them the place to build the beds, the electricity, tables, chairs, anything they need to really help themselves, make sure it's done right, because we can't, have anything happen to anyone out there when they're doing them, because they're on our property. They also have like a Lowe's build, and all the Lowe's people come out and they help us too. So it's set up in different stations, bring donuts, bagels, whatever it is, coffee. And it starts out in each section, I guess the big thing is nobody wants to sand the wood. I don't really care. Cover me in sawdust. It's better than going to the gym and look like I don't sweat.
As long as you got the machine, right? You got a sawdust machine. You got a machine, a sander. You're not doing this with the
No, we did that. My arms would be way bigger.
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have to go to the gym. So we do all that. We prep everything. It has to be sand down to where there's no chips at all in the wood. We have to make sure the kids don't get splinters. We stain it and brand it with SHP. Actually, I have the thing around here somewhere. They did build me this little bed. So we do all the prep work for as many beds as we can. So every time somebody donates one of those bed in a bags, it pretty much pushes the requirement for the bed to be built.
Oh, good.
And what they do after that is they set it up in the family's homes, and they go in there and they put the bed together for whatever the family needs after the age of 2. Kids have to be at least 2 or 3. From there, we go in and we set it up and we do the whole bed. Then we put the bedspread, the sheets, everything on, pillows, and then we have 2 stuffed animals. And they, with permission, of course, if the family's okay with it, they'll tape it or whatever for their marketing or whatever they need to get more help. And they surprise the kids. And usually it's pretty awesome. Sometimes the kids want to be a part of building their beds, so they get to like be there and act like, use the drill and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's really changed. Like, it's a huge thing out here. It is nationwide. They have a corporate one,
That
but
was going to
we
be my
do the
next
local
question.
chapter.
Okay, so how many are there in Florida? Is there one?
I don't
Like,
know.
is there one
We
in
do the
Orlando?
Pinellas County one.
I
There's a
know.
few of them. There's definitely a few. I can guarantee that. I'd have to look up on their Facebook, but each one is a separate entity. There's different people who head it up and do all of that. We have one couple that's Lane's friends. They, work through their church and everything. They go all over the country. They're RVers. It's pretty awesome to hear all their stories. Yeah.
The next time you do one, if you
Mhm.
would let me know, and we'll put the event on, we'll actually add it as an event on CUCAM Matrix with the address and everything. I'm learning that I can do that. I didn't realize I could do that at first. So the next time you do set one up, let me know and I'll help you promote it. And just give me the link to the bed in the bag and all that, and we'll get as many bed in the bags as we can get. I mean, even if somebody donates a $25 Amazon gift card, that still goes towards them. What they would probably donate the gift card, then you would go out and buy the bed in the bag. Is that how it works?
Yeah, we would have to do that because the way that they take donations is a little bit different. So they have to, everything has to be tracked and all that stuff. But it would just go towards buying the bedding, pretty much.
Yeah.
We get all Lowe's helps with the lumber and everything like that, and then the bed in the bags usually comes from the people. You can also volunteer your actual time. They'll never turn down people who actually want to help, that's for sure. It makes the process go faster, because if it's hot out, nobody wants to be sitting out there until like 3-4 in the afternoon when it's really hot. We try to get them all done by like 12:30. Last one that I was a part of, we did record breaking time. We built 50 beds. Yeah, at least 50 beds, I want to say. And we did it before noon. But we had a huge team. Lowe's came in, they helped out. I was there, and then the whole rest of the team that comes with SHP, and we were out there until like, I don't know, 11:30, 12. There's pizza, everything. Everybody gets fed. Nobody's, no whips cracking or anything.
How do you guys deliver them?
They're set up with their team, and they put all, it just depends on how many they're doing for the day, but they set up appointments when they do it, and they put all the stuff in a truck and
take it off
and drive over.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome.
We don't just drop them off. We set it up in the room, make sure everything's put together right. These families have enough to worry about. They're definitely not, drilling anything themselves. This is not IKEA, thank God.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. And so if the next time you do, I want to say I was able to find a bed in the bag for just right at around $25. I think it was.
Yeah,
it wasn't much more than 25. Yeah, that's true. Amazon. And so I was able to get that over to you guys. So if you think about it, it's a $25 donation, and it just kind of motivates them to build another bed, and it helps you kind of speed up that process. So that's good. That's good to know. I like hearing that from that side of it.
Yep. If anybody wants to sponsor anything, I would definitely send them over to Lane to do anything of the sort. But any management company, if you got the space and place to plug those stuff in, all the tools or whatever, and the power, like, we can easily come out and do something like that, as long as everything's okay, and they'll totally take it on. It's a great charity. We didn't build it. We just love to be a part of it.
We did a CEU on CUCAM Matrix when we first opened. In fact, I think you guys were you were our grand opening day
yes,
CEU class. The very first CEU. The very first one. So I know you've got some other classes, and we're going to try to get those scheduled later in the year once you get settled in and have your people settled in a little bit.
The class list, things that people really need. We not everybody. I kind of saw like the same classes going over and over and over last year, and I was like, oh, ew, somebody already did that. That's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to hear any more about like the plants I want to put in your office. Like,
you're
changing it up.
You're seeing more HR courses come across.
Oh, and HR courses are awesome.
Yeah, because if you look on it's funny because if you look on the DBPR, I took a day when I was doing the BMI CE courses, and I went down the DBPR's website, and I was just looking for HRs. All the HR classes are over on the East Coast. Like there was very few here in this area. And but the ones that are in this area, they're more towards, how to become more organized, and they're very generic in that sense, or how to build your, I would love to see somebody take one and go, okay, this is the service that we provide. And for example, if you were to take your industry and you say, okay, let's say we're going to do a paint pop project for a huge community, right? Mm-hmm. And that community might have some inconvenience while you guys are out there doing your project, right? So what if you did an HR course that talked about what you can do and what the manager can do to work together, and the board could work together to make everything work out? I'm not talking about the work itself. I'm talking about just communication between people when scheduling jobs and stuff. To me, that project is more interesting. Yeah, it's kind of like communication over a project is kind of what I would call it, because you don't ever hear stuff like that. Communication is the biggest thing I hear from the managers when we're doing these coffee chats and stuff. It's always communication, getting it across, getting the word across. Well, I would love to get you more involved in some stuff that we could do on here that just kind of role playing and games and things. So I know you're really busy, and we figured out that my stuff's going to your spam. Did you add me to your contact list? Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything that you want to say to the managers out there and on the CAM Matrix to say hello? Any tips?
I know that not everybody wants to go out, and I know you're tired at the end of your day, and I don't blame you, because like I've already said prior, is that I could not do your job. But when they do have events, try to build relationships with these reps a little bit, because you're going to be able to call them and ask them questions when you have questions, and you won't be like, you know what, I'll just have to figure it out on my own. Yeah. A lot of us do actually want to build relationships with you, because it makes it sell easier, but imagine how much more communication you will get when you build the same relationship that we're trying to build with you build with us, because it's a two-way street. Don't take advantage of it. Make a time to say once a month or once every 2 weeks, or I don't know, whatever it is that you can commit to, because this is your career, you're building it, and that is, take that small opportunity of time and section it off and schedule yourself to go make relationships, to go network, because you do not know who you're going to meet. It's not, what you know, it's who you know, because you can't know everything. And that's a huge tagline that I use with ProCam, coming from the industries that I'm a part of, like that I've been through all my life. And that is like, man, you have when I had like cool people, I'd go visit their bar and I'd be like, hey, show me how you make these things. And it's like watching people, and learning how they work. And then I took it back to mine, and that's how I learned how to develop my skills. So just remember to just reach out. Me and Chris are always willing to pick up the phone and talk to people all the time. And I'm sure every other company has somebody like that. Maybe not all of everyone does that. It's really hard. Some of us have bigger families than others, but truthfully, you just try. What are we going to say? No.
If they're an on-site, they want you to come out and visit them and, bring them lunch one day or something. Don't be afraid to share your
contact info. All you got to do is hang up on us if you really hate us. We won't keep bothering you. Well, but we have contact info for you, which a lot of people hold back on when they do things. And I know you don't want everything to blow up, but you can always just throw it out, or to say I don't have time or whatever. But when you do that, as much communication as you give us, we're going to give you. So take advantage of it, because if I don't know someone for what it is, like in our company, I'll be like, you know what? I know someone I can connect you to.
Exactly. And I will
find you someone, give me 1 week, and I will call whoever I've got to, and I will set you up with someone who will be able to answer your question.
And two, that's what I always tell this, that if you're an on-site and you can't leave for lunch or something, or if it's just hard for you to get away,
lunch.
Just, let you come out and bring lunch, and y'all just sit there and have lunch together and just chat. Yeah. I think some of the people that don't go out and do a lot of networking, they think that a lot of the marketing reps are real pushy, and there's a few that are, but honestly, most of them aren't. They're just, good. They're good people.
Yeah.
So
Well, sales to me is, it gets tricky, and it's a paycheck, and I understand that's like, tipping, but I like marketing because I like people.
yeah,
I feel like marketing allows me to continue to enjoy people's company.
yeah.
And so that's a huge important thing, is that I don't want to go to work and hate my life and like be like, oh God, it's 5 o'clock. I can't wait. I left. Yes. Because I stay in marketing. And that is something I probably will not leave. I will stay in this area,
You
marketing and
found
business
you found your
development,
passion.
because I get to help
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
And, Munyan gives me the opportunity to, my big thing is there's no such thing as competition. Like, we all offer something different, and a price point and a budget. And, if it isn't us, I'm sure it's another. And we play pretty well with others.
Plenty of
And
work to go
so,
around.
yeah, there
Yeah.
really is. I mean, this whole state is just nothing but a land of opportunity. Take advantage. You never know. Don't be afraid, especially like me. I may not look as social when you see me there, but like,
Oh, you are.
I'm still sizing everybody up too. I'm like,
No,
all right,
you
who do
are.
I have to like get to meet and make sure I section my time off also too.
So,
But definitely don't be afraid to talk to me. That's for sure.
well, no, because for those of you that don't know what Miranda, she walks into the room and she's like, "Hey," you are
Yeah,
just
I'll find the first person to go say
yeah.
hello to, and I'm being loud. I'm like,
Hey,
oh my God, did you get this shoe somewhere?
I know you are one of the most approachable people, and that's why you're going to be successful in marketing, because people feel like they can ask for help from you, and that's huge. And I think some of these people that are just, they're so well, I don't know how to say this without sounding bad, but like, have you ever seen like some marketing reps that just like are so well put together, and they're just like, they've got all the nails and the perfect hair, and they've got but you don't know if they're nice or not. Like
Yeah,
they don't
that's a female thing, by the way.
or if you ever met one of those marketing reps, it's like she's got all these degrees and everything in marketing, she's got all, and you're like, okay, yeah, but I don't find you approachable.
Well, yeah, they get so invested. And that also happens when you're like full digital, and because you get stuck in the computer. I get it once in a while where I'm like, no, I don't want to leave the office. Ugh. And I want to sit here and I just want to get all my stuff done.
Yeah.
And that happens. But, marketing is just knowing how to work with people and knowing how to move them around. And life is a chessboard, and marketing is just putting the pieces where you need to so that you can forward your team. And that's all it is. I'm a support system for Chris. He is, he's the genius. I mean, you guys don't understand how much he really does, but like, he builds the site. He does this. He can write codes. He can do a lot of things. So, like, that's why I'm the best person to get a hold of if you can't get a hold of Chris. Like,
Chris is one of those that he's very well liked. I didn't realize
he's a hugger. Even
he's
I'm
very
not
well
even
known.
a hugger unless I feel like I've gotten to know you. He's a hugger. That's
Yeah,
how much of a people person he is. Chris is all about it. He just loves people. He'll just like insert himself into the conversation and be like, yeah. And before you know, he's giving you advice about the kids and like how to make them go do the lawn or something, So he's good. He has a lot of life experience, and he in all different ways. And he actually, coming from the Army, he was a recruiter for quite some time. So
yeah, he told me that.
Good. So
he does a lot of he did a lot of the digital stuff for the Army, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And so he's
yeah.
got all of that. And all if you like another person, if you need something or you're looking for something, he's the same type of person. Like, I know all the property management groups need people, and like, if you want hiring ads to be shared, share them. Make sure Chris has it. He'll just put it out there. He's not going to like go poach anybody or anything. We're big on making sure we don't do that. But like, we will share if there's openings, and whatever else.
Yeah.
And, and just kind of help people. You never know.
Well, I'm going to let you go because I know you're really busy, but I want to thank you for taking the time out to be with me here today and just talking about your company, learning a little bit about Munyan. All right. Well, have a good one.
All right. You too. Thanks.
Be
Carrie.
good. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.